That's the continuation of the dream thing. You see, some men in the past and also some women tried to make out of me destitute or degrade me, but you see, for purposes of competing for some same men or enabling men to pursue a woman, what matters is generosity. So whether I had a higher standard than most growing up and I had more money than most, whether I have more education than most or not, that is irrelevant. What it depends on is there are two things. Like I said, if a man wants to pursue providing for me, whenever he has luxury, so whenever that person at least once had luxury, like I had in my life, being single, then that person has to be able to want to give that luxury to the wife or mother of the children to be based on own sexual desire, which means that that person has to understand that not only it is about wooing with those gifts or money and flowers and all those things, but first about remarking the degree, truthful degree, like I've described in this chart, of wishing to marry the person to become sexually in sexual ecstasy the happiest in adoration. So see, I don't have that kind of a person. I don't have a single person looking at my videos who all wants to know, because no one is me and no one can read my mind. And so not a single man, I know for sure, again contrasting with me, has had enough curiosity to have all of my videos memorized and learned, or even unable to do so, watch them for the sheer joy of looking at me. None. Why? Because there are zeros on them when it comes to views. None of those men also, since I was born, because that's how it is, none of them tried to outmatch in generosity my father or my mother. And that is why giving me luxury, when it comes to all persons that I know, that I've met already, if they were to arrive, including those persons that I've mentioned, seems like a joke, like a seriously funny joke. Because if somebody now came, let's say the monk, right, the one that tried to take my car away, and he came and said, you know, Justina, the ring you sent me, I actually didn't sell it. I just looked at it and decided, what the hell, I'm gonna come to you and propose with it. Because not having an income, you know, in Pali Canon and this and that, I'm gonna use it for that. And he would do so. If that was all that he has, well, that would be incredible, you know? That would be like, he used even that what he had, or the book that he guarded some, to give it to someone else than to own family, or someone that will for sure, you know, as a pseudo child, give back in free labor for others, or an impression that he is actually a father already. So that's what I'm saying. Be careful what you wish for, because you may keep all of these things and become very wealthy. But the thing is that you will have every single creature in this universe for a child, except for that person that actually wanted you to marry her, like me. That is why, to me, because, I mean, I'm not saying that miracles do not happen, but to me, to forgive someone also, having all that is possible, to and not wanting to give it or to share it as best thing ever is being a man, you know, to with a person with whom that person wants to have sex, choose a random being in this universe. That is the person that I'm jealous of. That's it. if that person is a man, I'm not talking about a female that we without being pregnant, we can give away everybody. That means generosity. It's actually the other way around. Envious females give those labels for parents, mostly, well, both actually. Both giving away or working in charity, it used to be hype. A person, a female, is supposed to be generous because she's generous, she's gonna be a fantastic mother. If she has no children and she's generous to other, that's the parts of that Persian context. If now the person is stingy and cannot share with anyone, that person will not be the greatest of mothers, depending on the relationship of that person to the suitor, or at all. That also is true if there are many suitors at all. If person has no values or very scarce ones. And so, what do we do? If a person has 2 cents versus a few millions, if that one who has few millions and gives that money to offend with it, then that is not the same as persons who actually provided for me to flatter me and to win over even my mother, not only me, but even my mother. And who, even when I was living in that apartment, even then were trying to woo me. Some use an excuse of that would be offensive. It depends. If you come with that money to offend me and say that you have no chance, here is the money, but maybe at least a kiss, then you do offend me. If you come with that money and say, would you ever consider marrying me? Because if so, I would really want you to have basically my home if possible. And that is, that is kind of a seriousness when something big is offered that we expect. That otherwise that money offered is bad. It's like giving someone limosna, like the Alejandro Sanz sings. So if person has 2 cents and with those 2 cents he has confidence enough to win me over, that person is preferred to the one that has few millions, and with those few cents he's too stingy. He prefers to donate them to somebody else or give it to church, or is ashamed to give it to them. What are you ashamed from if not desiring and not loving me? It is bad to offer if not at work or married. If married, it is bad to offer desiring. If not married is bad to offer not desiring. In personal way. Also at work, actually. That's bad. The confidence is from knowing what one wants, not in certainty of reciprocity. That's another thing. We offer in hopes, if the slightest hope, if only she accepts. That's how we offer. However, if we also accept and that we love and desire that much, when we offer, we remark that it is dream come true what we offer, to have it accepted as token of own family, because we need to understand once and for all that if not, that offends two at the same time. Excuse me, it's not understood very well by all. If someone comes and would want to marry me and desires me to such extent and offers me feeling self unworthy to have let me see, a blowjob or a casual sex and scrum, and gives me then, just in case I would develop more desire, $2 or $3, and remarks also that here is a business card, since I'm a doctor, so that I get a little, lower. The company that cleans the carpet, because I'm gonna be now a carpenter since he's only a clerk. And I gonna, are you kidding me? I always wanted to be a carpenter, and now go away and forget about me forever. and that's and that's it. And by the way, how dare you? I prefer Nathaniel. Do you understand? That's it, in case somebody still has some delusions about me, if they don't remember my education. Cleaning for a fee in some supermarket and forgetting about what it is that I studied, because that is supposed to be some sort of prelude to a relationship in which I feel that the work can be skipped because of children. No, no, because if that person makes money, that person needs to come and say, I have everything that you have. I would prefer to, I don't know, sacrifice everything for you to never work. And this is how wealthy I am. Whatever it is that I have, I want you to have it. Would you consider me at least? How about at least considering coffee with me? Not offending me with freaking work that is beneath my education and beneath even, I don't know, a 5-year-old to do. I mean, in quality and in payment, and in the relationship to one another too. In comparison to what I charge, which is nothing. So we don't mix the two. Is that clear? We don't mix in that direction. We have to do best work, because if somebody abuses and harasses me, like it was in the example of the Nathan, he did not abuse or harass me. That's not the point. He omitted many steps and did not defend me, which was noted. And so that is what, including my backpack. My backpack, I wanted it. I'm close to the border to Mexico. Guess what? Him saying goodbyes, and in half some sort of sentimental one email, is unkind to me. Is unkind to me because his sentiment and playing a victim is like saying that I actually do not belong here because he's so bad. I beg to differ. He needs to learn from me, and if he does not love me, also he prefers whoever else or being alone, he has to work to his capacity that he hides being afraid to reveal it, like a pheasant for decoration. No, I'm serious, he does. So again, let's review it. Because I'm a physician and I've been trained in survival from school, extreme survival, I also was in a family that would refuse to divorce, because that was one of those goals of the Catholic Church, to not to divorce and pretend everything is fine. I need to have a person who actually is more than I am interested in me being most interested, which is read in the chart. Does that make sense? Because it's a man. And when I am then interested in him, in pursuing him, accepting that because of genuine conviction that this is something that he deserves, he's worthy of, because his desire and love and adoration for me is such that he can wear my white coat proudly because he actually loves me that much. And every penny he can wear. Which is not monetary, but it is based on conviction that that person wants me, loves me, and wants to actually have with me all of life and children. And in trust and in some sort of love, at least matching my mother. Oh, my brother maybe, well, he gave me some money and things like that. My mother, however, she would be able to have everything, whatever she earned, sent to me. Having a spouse.